Okay guys, today we are heading to a farm sale. It's actually just up the road from the shop. And we're gonna attempt to buy a 1978 Volkswagen Bus. This thing is ridiculously dry. I mean, it is super, super dry, very rust-free. It's been repainted at least once. Went and checked it out yesterday, and it's actually a really nice little bus. They've of course advertised the heck out of this sale. I've had at least 5 different people call me and tell me about it. So it's kind of one of those deals where there's probably going to be a lot of people here, and probably going to be a lot of people here specifically to buy this bus. And so who knows, it'll be interesting to see what this bus brings and whether or not, you know, we can bring it home. You know, auctions used to be a really good way to pick stuff up, you know, before the internet. Now that the internet's, you know, promoting these auctions like nationally, even globally, some of these auctions even have online bidding. It's just become increasingly hard to get a good deal at an auction. Stuff just goes really high. So actually, we are coming up on the sale right here. Looks like there's quite a few people there already. And the sale starts at 10, which we're right about 10 o'clock right now, but they said the bus probably wasn't going to go through till somewhere around noon. So yeah, there's already quite a few cars out front here, and they said they had parking in the back as well. So it's going to be interesting. We'll take the camera in there and see if we can make a purchase on this 1978 Volkswagen Bus. Hello.
Parking to the right of the shop. You can get a bidder number inside the garage.
Okay, thank you.
Have a good day.
You too. Hey.
Tell me you broke the key, Kim, bro.
Hell, I don't know how to run a Volkswagen.
It's the one with the red on it that goes in the opposite.
He bought this at an auction. It'll come clear. I got told to give $200 for it. Had to get it running. I said it didn't run.
Don't run.
Wisconsin, he took it. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it's your turn, VW buyers.
Colonel, I got nothing to say about Volkswagen.
That's good. That might be a good thing. All right, 78 model, ladies and gentlemen. What do you want to give on it? Who'll get $10,000 for it? 5,000. Keep laughing, boys. I got 3,000. Need 4,000. Hit 4,000 now. 5. $5,000 bill now. 5 and a 5 would get 5,000 now. 5 business 5 would get 5,000. How about 45? 4,000, 45, and now 5. Hit 5,000 on and now 5 and a 5 business 5,000 now 5,500. Hit 55, what about 55? 5 and a 5 would get 55. It look awful good with the rest of them.
Well, guys, I'm not going to tell you what I paid for it. Had to cut the video off short just a little bit there. Apologize for that. I will say this is the most I have ever paid for a bay window bus, and it came really close to the most I've ever paid for any bus. But, you know, you can't show up to a farm sale making a video about buying a Volkswagen bus and then go home empty-handed. So luckily, we were able to make the purchase, wrote a really big check, and my buddy Jason Leathers, who is always down for a bus adventure, came along with me, and he drove it back to the shop for me. It's time to get this thing back to the shop, look it over. I'm a little surprised at how much we had to give for this, but apparently there were buyers in from Jackson Hole who had put in kind of a sealed bid, I guess, on it, and man, the price just shot up really quick on this thing. And but you know, we were able to buy it, and now we're gonna get it back to the shop, and hopefully it's everything that I hoped it is. Let's go check it out. Alright, let's take this 78 for a little test drive. Show you guys what it can do. If you've never driven a late bay window with a fuel injected 2-liter, you're missing out. These things drive awesome. Pop over here and check my mail real quick, and then we'll hit the road. Speedometer in this is a little off, so I'm gonna pop open the GPS real quick and we'll just have a look at that. Maybe it'll stay here. of windy today, kind of getting pushed around a little bit. We're gonna run up here, a little parking lot, pull over, and do a quick walk around on this. Show you what it looks like on the outside. Better slow it down just a little. Don't want to get a speeding ticket in a Volkswagen. It's been a while since that's happened to me. Drive so smooth. You know, you got disc brakes, you got the big, you know, the bulletproof transaxle in these things. The 2-liter, I'm not sure exactly what the horsepower is on them, but it's plenty. I mean, this thing will run circles around a van and get at least my synchro. I don't know, maybe not a 2-wheel drive, but they hold their own. They do really well out on the road. If you're in the market for a bay window, either get an early, like 71 or earlier, you know, 68 to 71, or keep your eye out for a 76 to 79 with the fuel-injected 2-liter, because they just drive really nice. Pull over here and do a little walk around, show you this bus. It's far from perfect, but it's a really nice starting point for a restoration. All right, guys, so first thing you're gonna notice on this is it is not original paint. I don't know if it's going to show up in the video or not, but if you look on the side here, you can see the lines. There's like horizontal lines in the paint. I believe this bus was probably resprayed. The blue was resprayed, more than likely with a rattle can. Now, the initial photos that we took of this bus, it was really chalky. You really couldn't see, you know, you could see that it had been resprayed, but it was hard to tell exactly what was going on just because the lower paint was so chalky. On this side, you can see you've got vertical lines. Again, probably from a rattle can. And there are a few runs here and there. Obviously, you know, resprayed. Right front door, resprayed a second time, and the color's off. And if you look close, it's probably hard to tell in the video, but there's a lot of sand scratches, deep, heavy sand scratches on the passenger front door. There's a few sand scratches, you know, here and there on the rest of the body as well. Rust-wise, very clean. Again, back around here, rear hatch, you can see it's kind of that same color as the right front door. But yeah, let's get up close and personal with it here and see what we're dealing with. Up under this driver's front corner, look at the paint on the jacking point. I mean, it is just super rust free. It's got a little bit of surface rust right there, but where this factory undercoating's peeling off, I mean, it's just beautiful, you know, blue paint under there. Very rust free. Decent dog leg. All the body lines are nice. Doesn't look like it's really ever been hit up here. Look at the rocker. I mean, other than the fact that you know, it's been resprayed, I mean, rust wise it's super clean. Very good candidate. Nice starting point for a restoration. If you come around to the nose, you know, looking here on the upper part of the door, you can tell that this white is all original. You can see the fade through here. You know, when Volkswagen painted these, the whole bus was painted with the lower color first, and then the upper color was on there. That's why it's always, you know, whatever the upper color is over the lower color. That's how you hear it described. So they actually get 2 coats of paint up top here, two colors of paint. The whole bus is painted the lower color, and then the upper two-tone is done. That's why we got that fade through right there. Up here on the nose though, see this paint line here? You can see original paint, respray. Now there's a little bit of surface rust along here, and we just kind of cleaned that up with a Meguiar's medium cut. On the bottom, we just used a dual cleaner wax and just ran a buffer over it real quick. It was kind of pointless to get real carried away with the buffer because this paint just doesn't come back like your original Volkswagen paint would. Now, right here on this corner, I actually didn't notice this until after the auction, actually a few days after it was in the shop. Like I said, this was really chalky and just difficult to tell exactly what was going on, but right here you can see there's been a little bit of damage, and it's got some body filler in there. So that's the only spot I found any major filler. Front bumper is super clean. Nose is pretty clean down below. You know, a lot of times these things, for some reason. All right, battery swap out. Anyways, the front nose is really nice on this. Again, back around to the passenger door. You can see some of the sand scratches. You can see the blend in on the paint. Inside here, I didn't actually show the inside on the driver's side, but the front floor is actually missing the rubber mat, but the floor itself is super dry. You know, there's no rust to speak of. Passenger dog leg, nice and straight. Little teeny bit of rust right there. Door gaps are all nice on it. Sliding door works pretty good. Look at that floor. I mean, no rust to speak of. Interior's nothing to really brag about. The headliner's okay. Rear seat's a little grungy. This guy was a farmer and used this as his daily driver. Used to chase parts in it. I'd see him running back and forth past the shop all the time. Passenger rocker, nice and solid. The inner's just as solid as the outer. Little dent here. It's got one hole drilled in it where they probably tried to pull it out with a slide hammer. And then a little bit of rust right here in the lip over the right rear wheel. Again, all this color looks to be original. Possibly, looks like it's been painted here, but the rest of this all looks original. The roof is fairly straight. Gutters are nice. A little bit of pine tree sap up there. And as I mentioned before, the rear hatch has been resprayed down here a second time. paint on the top's all original. We haven't really done anything to the engine. I mean, it was a pretty good little runner when we got it. I did adjust the idle just slightly. It was idle and a little high. The exhaust when we got it was kind of just an aftermarket parts store exhaust. So I did throw an exhaust on it, or at least the muffler, the connector, and the tailpipe. Corners are nice on it. Rear bumper's pretty straight. Same rust we had on the other side we have here. And you can see maybe right here, you see the glare. Looks like possibly a little body filler right here. The rest of it looks pretty straight though, and no filler that I can really see. And again, rocker on the driver's side on the long wall. Really nice. Possible respray here, probably a little touch up right in this area. But again, this bus would take very little to have prepped for paint, and the mechanicals are pretty solid on it. Shifts really nice through the gears. So, you know, the day that we bought this, I was a little nervous, to be honest with you. We paid a lot of money for this bus, and it's just every time we get one of these, kind of amazes me what they're bringing. The prices on these are going up, just slow and steady, but they're definitely going up. And if you can find a bus in this condition with a dry body like this one has, I think you're way ahead to go with something like this versus paying a little less money, buying something with some rust that needs rust repair, and actually buying something that needs an engine. You know, putting an engine in one of these late bays is not cheap. So if you can pick up a little project like this that just needs a little bit of body and paint work, not a lot of rust repair, and that is already running and driving, I mean, you're way ahead of the game. Anyways, guys, that is the farm sale bay. Like I say, this belonged to a guy as a farmer out here. His name was Lonnie. Passed away last year, and we picked this up at the farm sale, the estate sale at his place. And I was kind of excited to get my hands on it, to get to play with it a little bit. Like I said, this guy drove this thing every day. I saw this thing just about every day burn past the shop when he was running back and forth to town, chasing parts or chasing different things. And sad to see him go. I'm going to be sad to see this thing or not see this thing running back and forth past the shop. It's pretty cool. And seeing him just, in an unrestored, just kind of daily driver type situation is definitely becoming less and less common. Thanks for watching, guys, and we will catch you later.